This is 9 in 9 Enneagram Wisdom for Life. Let's dive in. Rachel, I am so glad to get to know you and what life is like for you as a 7. So, would you mind starting with when did you discover the Enneagram and how did you come to know that you were a 7?
My little sister is my little Enneagram resource,
Okay.
and she first introduced me. I think she encouraged me to take the online questionnaire, and I scored as a 7. And as soon as I was reading through the description, well, it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty on the head. So
How do you, as a 7, in your daily life, how do you notice yourself avoiding pain and discomfort?
I definitely struggle with conflict avoidance in romantic relationships. I think there's a whole lot there. But that could I'm sure be a huge area of pain avoidance. And yeah, in my day-to-day life, if there's a task like doing the dishes, doing the laundry, um, it's not using my brain. And I would so much more gravitate toward doing things that are going to have a bigger impact. And so I think I struggle with like things that need to be done every day, sweeping my kitchen floor.
Hmm.
It's like, that is really low on the priority list for me.
Yes. Yeah. So this is a really good example of it's not just 7s avoiding big pain or like, funerals and like the big stuff that you think
Mm.
about. It's avoiding, it's also avoiding things that are mundane.
Mundane, yes,
Yeah. The mundane
100%.
is terribly
It's such a
hard.
waste of my time.
Yeah. There you go. Mundane, boring,
Hmm.
just the stuff that's like, huh, this is not fun.
No,
And so why do I have to do it?
yes.
So one of the things with a 7 that we want to watch for is the passion of excess.
Mm.
And so it's like an excess of options
Yeah,
is what we say.
yes.
And so the excess of options could be I'm going to make a lot of different plans so that
Mm.
I don't have to commit to the final one. I mean, it can be so many things. It can be an excess of options of clothing, of plans. How does that hit you?
My background, as far as my education, is I have a degree in food science.
Okay.
I love, and I think there's also this part of me that just loves the international experience. I had so many international friends in college, and I took a Bhangra dance class, which is like Bollywood, and I was studying to go move to India and study Punjabi, and so languages and dance and music and food and culture, like if I'm at there's actually a little shop that just went in that sells international snacks,
Okay.
and it was like I had to try everything. Like,
How do you find yourself in the thinking triad? So thinking, feeling, doing, right? And that 7, a lot of times people are surprised to hear that the 7 is first and foremost a thinker because it can look like a 7 is in the gut instinct, like when they're
mhm.
just being very like, oh, I'm following my whimsy.
Mm,
But in truth, 7s are actually not that spontaneous. They're really thinking all the time. So how do you notice yourself in the thinking center of intelligence?
I think this is maybe the most healing part of how the Enneagram has impacted me, because I grew up being told how impulsive I am.
Hmm.
And so my best friend came to me and said, I don't think that you're impulsive. I think that you're very good at making decisions. And that was so healing for her to say that to me. And also, yes, I when I learned about the thinking of a 7 from the Enneagram, it was very validating. It's like, yes, I'm willing to take on risks that a lot of people don't, and maybe I do think differently, but it's not that I'm just being irresponsible. Like, I think there was this part, and it's like, I'm really responsible. It just you might look at my life and think it looks like chaos, and that's like hurtful, because
Mhm.
it's not chaos to me, but I am taking on risks.
Okay, I want to talk now about the repressed center of intelligence. So the center of intelligence, that in the way that I talk about this with students and clients, is that, we have like a tricycle, and that front wheel is the first driver. So for you, it's that thinking wheel.
Yeah.
And then you've got the two wheels that are supposed to be supportive, which are your feeling and your doing.
Okay.
But what happens is one tire is flat. And if we don't know the tire is flat, it's really an unbalanced life. And so for the 7, that repressed center of intelligence is the feeling center. And it's specifically to the 7, all the feelings that are not joy and happiness get pushed down, get avoided, they make you squeamish. Like, so how do you see yourself pushing away emotion? What would you say to that?
Some of my very current self-talk I've been paying attention to is that I do think I'm trying to find a balance between, is it okay to just acknowledge to myself that I'm a single parent business owner? That's really tough. And it's going to be tough for a long time.
I love that you're saying, I'm giving myself permission to say, this is hard. I am sad. You didn't actually say that, but how does that feel? How do you feel to just say, there are parts of me that are sad
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
disappointed or afraid?
Yeah, I think I'm very sad that I don't get to have the experience with my daughters of having their other parent there, because I'm very grateful that I am not with that person anymore. But I definitely am sad that I don't get to have the family that I always my whole life wanted to have, a family that looked a certain way. Yeah.
Sure.
I remember so clearly, like 12 years ago, 11 years ago, with my bestie, I was sitting and and trying to talk about. I was a newlywed. I was 2 months into my marriage, and I was trying to talk about what was happening. And it was like, if I let myself say what is happening and it is real and I acknowledge it, I will never recover. I will. It will kill me. I will never get out of the pit. I will never function again. It was like that fear. I think that is what it can feel like if you let yourself be sad. It's like, I'll never be happy again. That's what it feels.
It does. Yeah.
I need to be a happy 7. So if I let myself feel sadness, it feels like it will kill me, because I will never be happy ever again. If I tap into that, there will be no exit for me.
It will just
That's what it feels
sink you.
like.
That
Yeah.
is so honest, Rachel. Thank you. Okay, can you just speak a little bit to the joy that you bring to the world?
It's easy for me to say, like, what I'm not as good at. Like, when I'm parenting, playing make believe games is excruciating for me. But I know that there are other ways of, like, the water balloon flat fights, the let's drag a hose and bring your shampoo and conditioner. We're gonna take showers outside tonight in the bathing suit. And there's other things. Let's dye your hair purple. And I like doing things with my girls that are fun. And we just got back from their first time to the ocean and seeing them in the water. It was maybe the most fun I've ever had as a parent with them, because I just got to enjoy that with them. Yeah, just I do love to try anything. I love to engage vacations.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
new experiences, new cities, food, dancing, all of that.
I love it. That's so good. Thank you. Hey, if you want to be a part of our next round of Enneagram 101 classes, just go to the show notes or the bio, and all the information will be there. I'd love to see you in this 5-week class that will definitely change your life for the better.